Alrighty, everybody. Thank you again for joining me this week. Today, Zeivu Plays and Endless Legend.
Welcome back!
Glad to be back.
Shao, what happened with the black hole?
No need to worry. Right before you guys came back, it vanished. I also got word that Earth's black hole disappeared at the same time.
That's good.
Does that mean Omega is gone too?
Omega was created by the Akashic Records, so it'll continue to exist over there. But the threat has passed. You guys did some great work. The universe is saved. Leave the rest to me.
What about Persona the Mask?
The reading has completely vanished. Nothing from Nefarious either. Based solely on the data, it's safe to conclude they're gone. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that Persona lent you their strength.
Yeah, I can feel it too. It's not clear, but it's there. I can feel them within you. A warmth that wasn't there before. You've advanced, even just a little bit.
You and Matoi must be exhausted. Go ahead and get some rest.
Yeah, and you're gonna get yelled at if you don't get a medical check.
You should get some too, Sierra. I'll handle the bridge.
But why?
You've been constantly involved with resolving issues on uncountable worlds. I'd say a little vacation is in order.
Why, I'll be. I never thought I'd live to see the day where Shao would use such kind words towards me. Had some ups and downs along the way, but all's well that ends well.
Indeed. I wish to thank you once more for all your efforts on Omega.
Who are you?
Varuna? You should only exist on Omega. What are you doing here?
You and I are similar beings. That's all. Guardian, please, come with me. Let us go greet my master.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Varuna, what is it that you're after?
Me? I'm not after anything. I simply serve the will of my master. That is an unchanging, unflinching fact. Everything I do is for my master.
Thus, with the guidance of their just ruler, the sacred magical kingdom of Epicuento overcame its hardships and enjoyed peace everlasting. Harriet became a name that would go down in Omegan history. With the strength provided by her friends, she found salvation by putting her trust in others. But that's not how history actually unfolded. The real story was quite different. Something you're all too aware of, I'm sure.
What?
That was all a dream. none of it actually happened. In reality, there was no one to save them. Your saving her in that dream has allowed me to be here, however. For that kindness, I've come to thank you.
What in the world?
It takes an enormous amount of energy to cross dimensions, you know. That black hole had more than enough power to create an entire world. And I absorbed every last bit of it as it vanished. That's how I was able to return. That's why I'm here.
Just who are you?
Are you stalling for time, Sierra?
Zelda's here declaring emergency! Aborting limiters!
Straight up Genesis. They blocked it! Just who are they?
I came to thank you, and get violence and anger in return. That hurts, you know.
It seems the time has come.
Indeed. This time, I get to be the one doing the saving.
This is creepy.
What is this? Nothing we do is getting through.
We're hitting them, but they're just absorbing the blows.
Is that all you've got? How unfortunate. I only wanted to thank you, but if you can't offer much of a fight, perhaps I should just end it all right here. What the?
Kinda disappointing for a shot from her blind spot. But I guess she is the goddess of annihilation. Maybe try damaging her next time?
But I did damage her, which proves she's not invincible. Now I get it. You only put your soul into a vessel. So, the dream of the Akashic Records was correct after all. But you cling to life with the most unbecoming desperation. Shall we go ahead and get introductions out of the way then? Hear me, universe. My name is Shiva, goddess of annihilation. Long ago, I was sacrificed for the world. But listen well. This time around, you shall be sacrificed for me. Vessel of the universe, born of the Akashic Records. I will break you and the universe both. I was born of the beginning, and you were born of the end. When all is said and done, not even the Akashic Records know which one of us will yet remain.
That was interesting. control meeting. It's kind of pointless. I kind of already know all these people already.
Wow! How long has it been since we all came together like this? And with so many guests, too!
Hulk, this isn't the time.
I know. Just trying to help everyone relax. Let's just start the meeting, shall we? The topic is Shiva, goddess of annihilation. We'll begin with what we currently know.
By your leave, I'll keep it concise. May I tell them everything, Xiao?
Of course. If they aren't informed, there won't be anything to discuss.
Shiva and her cohorts assaulted the Ark's ship. We have reason to believe that the attackers are photoners.
Photoners again, huh? But why are they hostile to Arcs?
In a voice recording, she said, "I once was sacrificed for the universe." Combining the data we have, we believe she is referring to when the profound darkness was originally sealed by the photoners. We've verified this with Aurora as well. She was not familiar with Shiva herself, but confirmed that such an event did indeed occur.
She was imbued with photons and used as bait to seal the profound darkness in subspace. A living sacrifice. And now she's returned?
If her words are to be truly believed, then yes. But perhaps we should be asking those who have crossed blades with her.
I sensed in it.
It wasn't just Shiva. The ones with her were in another league as well. It would make a lot of sense if they were photoners.
Shiva defied expectations the most. She was utterly unfazed by our attacks.
I wonder. It was almost like she absorbed them all.
Well, duh. That's not surprising. That's the way she was made, after all.
Risa's backstory, sensing.
Risa, what do you mean by that?
She was made to hold all the photons of the photoners inside her. Can you even imagine how many that is? Can you? It's so many! Though after having taken a look at both of you, I think you're pretty weird yourself, honestly.
What do you mean? Risa, just what is it that you know?
I'll explain. Risa, may I borrow your body?
Yup. Go right ahead. Wake me up if a fight breaks out, though.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Harriet, one of the photoners, as you call them. Guardian, I have met you once before. Do you remember?
Creepy. In the night Shiva province?
Yes. I must have given you quite the shock. At that time, my mind was yet in a residual state. I did not even know I was Harriet, nor did I possess a clear will, as I do now. It was all I could do just to speak. I'm glad everything turned out well in the end. Shiva and I are like opposites, in a way. It is her arrival that has allowed me to speak with all of you.
Come again? Are you related to her somehow?
A soul that inexplicably took up residence in an empty vessel. That is me, the artificial being, Harriet. A photonic vessel created to contain everything, including the profound darkness. An embodiment of the end, Shiva, goddess of annihilation. We are close, and yet light years away. At the end of the Photoner era, civilization reached its zenith. They replaced their bodies as needed, devaluing physical forms. Society revolved around the use of photons. However, they were not so enlightened as to abandon their bodily vessels entirely, and so they sought after the ultimate vessel.
Dun dun dun.
One scientist created a vessel, but opted not to use it, treating it as a person instead. He conversed with this mute vessel until it finally developed a heart, awakening to the power of photons. This distillation of technology possessed a spirit and a power, an extraordinary power, entirely unique. The scientist was pleased. He had created not a replica, but an independent, parallel being, one on par with the Akashic records. However, that was precisely when the final replica of the Akashic records, the profound darkness, was born. To seal the profound darkness, a vessel equal to the Akashic records was required. That was me. But a heart was unnecessary. My soul, my heart, was removed, and photons were compressed into the now empty vessel. A will to control all photons was born, and that is Shiva, goddess of annihilation.
Creepy.
You know the rest. Shiva achieved total photonic absorption and vanished into subspace with the profound darkness. And now, she has returned once again. She has become a threat to the entire universe, just as the scientist once predicted.
Harriet, how are you here? And what's your relationship with Risa?
After losing my vessel, I was doomed to vanish. But the Akashic records saved me. They wove my soul into their seas and gave me a new vessel, a cosmogenic arm. The first cosmogenic arm to be created. That was me.
As for the Risa you all know and love, I think you've heard the story before. Once upon a time, I was a test subject for a project to create photon-compatible bodies. They did a whole lot of research studying mechanical life forms on the down low. These days, everybody calls us casts. And you know who was the very first one? It was me. Pretty straightforward, right?
Okay.
But since I was the very first, I was super unstable. More unstable than anything. Just the most unstable you could possibly be. Unstable soul Risa, unstable vessel Harriet. Two became one, and gosh, everything just balanced out somehow. Harriet didn't really get back her form and faculties until just recently, though. Until then, she was basically sleeping.
It is as Risa says. I am only awake now because of how the situation on Omega resolved. My soul was rescued there and transformed into a goddess. And so, here we are. Risa and I have spent a long time together. I as a cosmogenic arm, and she as a cast. The appearance of the Dark Falls Collective. The fall of the Photoners. The birth of Arcs. We have seen it all.
Why didn't you mention any of this? If you had said something, we could have been prepared.
Well,
You didn't trust Arcs, did you?
Very perceptive, Admiral! To me, Arcs and the Photoners were doing the exact same thing. Which meant they'd only repeat history. I figured it best for you to just kill, until you killed each other out of existence. Until I met you, that is.
Guardian, you did everything in your power to save just one soul, and Arcs supported you, even after arriving in a completely unfamiliar place. You stepped in to help those who wished for salvation. I hate Fullspawn. And I hate the Photoners too. But I like everyone in Arcs. And you as well, of course.
So I don't want you to make the same mistake. That's the reason why I'm here. To walk together with Arcs, shoulder to shoulder.
Interesting. Chapter 0. How we resist the demise. Resisting the end. Goddess of Annihilation Strategy.
Right then. Shall we move on to our most pressing issue?
It's bad enough that we don't know the enemy's full strength, but that Shiva lady? Watch out.
Our power comes from photons. If she can just absorb them, there's honestly nothing we can do.
We're working on a countermeasure. Your report, General Affairs.
Huh? You've got some kind of plan? If photons are ineffective, we'll slam them with physical weapons instead. AISs are undergoing final checks, and we're preparing for mass production. The Research Bureau is operating at full capacity in order to make it in time for the next attack.
So our next concern is what the bad guys are up to.
Sadly, we lack useful data. Shao is aiding us in our investigation, but we've still been unable to locate them.
It's simply a technology gap. They're adept at concealing and isolating photons, after all.
So good luck predicting their next unruly arrival.
Indeed. The training and combat bureaus will cooperate to ensure we're ready to mobilize.
We've got more operatives now, so we can probably double our normal rotation.
I think that just about covers what we're capable of at the moment. I have a concern.
That Shiva person said the Guardian is the vessel of the universe. What did she mean by that?
Sadly, I'm not entirely sure myself. But for whatever reason, Shiva is targeting the Guardian. That much is certain.
A pressing concern, whatever her reasons. For now, make sure you stay with Matoy. You'll be fine, so long as you're together.
All bureaus need to cooperate now, more than ever, and to exercise discretion. Together, we'll see this through.
Hey, wait up! So, about those AIS improvements, the researcher in charge wants to see you. I know you're busy, but could you make time to go talk to her?
Okay. Alrighty, everybody. I thank you for joining me this week.